God Rising, dear family. This video will be titled Christ Logic Impact, Wave 2 of Infinity, an ending point video. I have a reading here from Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 through 5. It says, Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Verse 4 now. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Verse 5. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. I'm going to read it again. Once again, Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 through 5. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judged, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. Meaning what goes around, comes around. You give, you get back what you give. Universal law of polarities. Verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Verse 3, real quick. This scripture is talking about the splinters and planks parable. It just says mote and beam in this Bible here. You see. It just says mote and beam in this Bible here. The mote would be the splinters, and the beam would be the plank. Verse 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine own eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Verse 5, I'm going to read that one more time, and then I'm going to move forward to something else. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the planks out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye, and or to cast out the splinters out of our children's eyes. Splinters and planks, motes and beams. Splinters and planks, motes and beams. Always remember, never forget, when the enemy colonized the world, the enemy colonized the information of the world. So there are going to be many different translations of the Bible, because they change it up and change it up and change it up every single month and or week. They take a word out of this place and put this word in there, or they rearrange this one or rearrange that one. They first tell you it was 603 score and 6, and the next thing they tell you it's 666. And then the next thing they tell you is to fear this number, but then the next thing they tell you is to know that it's in the Bible. Nothing really makes too much sense unless you just make it make sense. You follow what I'm saying? That's this whole thing here. That's the whole point of my Christ Logic Impact Wave. This here ending point video. I'm going to explain what it means now. Is to make it make sense. Faster. Faster makes sense. I just explained a lot of things recently. The fake beef, the pride for my woman, or the pride for my woman's happiness, the whole Eric Killmonger avatar, and why I keep using all his music in my videos. I explained many things, and now here's another one, or here's the last thing I would like to explain to kind of close off what I've been talking about for the past month now, this month here. This is going to close it off. The starting point video was at the beginning of the month, and now here's the ending one. Am I going to stop posting after this video here? I may give it some time to get the views up so people can get the points. These things ain't being talked about. Natural moral principle standards aren't being talked about by a lot of people right now. They're just not. So I'm just gonna say them. Maybe it'll start spiraling in a little bit faster, a little bit heavier, get all up in your media streams and whatnot, and you all begin to talk about it. I'm noticing that it's getting into the media streams now, this conviction or these ideas or this way of talking. It's getting into the media streams now, and that's good, because once it fully settles in, it'll give you full discernment of how the enemy operates. Full discernment. Once you get a full finite glimpse of how this artificial enemy operates, you will be able to shut it down. You will. For one, you're going to have a burning urge and desire to do so. Burning urge and desire to do so. And two, it's just going to be right. Remember, the enemy is pure evil, so stopping it completely would be for a pure good. You follow what I'm saying? To reverse what the enemy did for evil is to reverse the enemy to subjugation. Because right now, the enemy is free, and that's evil, because this enemy in which is free, that which is, which was, and which had to come, due to it being free, it's just evil and chaos everywhere, as it is the authority attached to chaos in itself. How do you destroy the authority attached to chaos? Influence the people to stop listening to this evil. That is how you destroy it. And I desire to destroy everything. Because here's the reality. The authority attached to chaos is said everything. Why? Because once it is stopped or destroyed, all the chaos stops and ends. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. Order. Natural, moral standards. So I'm just going to recap. I just want to recap everything I've spoken on this month thus far. And I'm going to simplify it as much as possible. Now, virtually everything I've talked about this month so far, I wanted it to be for a purpose of adding weight. Adding some weight to the negative spirits Exodus blueprint I came up with. You follow what I'm saying? The negative spirit Exodus blueprint that I came up with. Or, as I said, it's not necessarily my plan, because it's not only inspired by Genesis chapter 1 verse 6, or Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 through 6. It's also inspired by the story in Revelation where King Yeshua and his angelic vessel entered into our non-physical reality and purged the remnant of her seed out of we. You follow what I'm saying? I said that in another video. I also said that Satan was a half of the electron energy that was purged out of heaven. No. Remove Satan from everything. The entire depiction of Satan is worthless in my eyes now. It's just worthless. The concept of that pride and what that truly stems from, I'll just take that. I'll take that alone, and I'll apply it to something better, and then apply it to something bigger, and apply it to something more stronger and more suitable for the natural moral world ethos. You follow me? Just give me the pride that was labeled and described from Satan's from Satan's invisible reality here, and I'll just take that and apply it to something, especially now that I know what the meaning of pride actually even is. No, I'm not talking about the confused community's pride. I just want to overwhelmingly erase that. I really wish I could just erase that from all memories right now. That's the main thing I wish I could erase, is the fact that pride is being used for their causes and for their reasonings. Y'all not gonna like me in that community. Y'all not gonna like me at all if I blow up. You're not. I promise you, you're not. You people of the confused community are evil. All of you. You are against all natural moral standards, you people of the confused community. Talking about you LGBTQs. All of you. You are completely against natural moral standards. Everything you practice is evil. Everything you do needs to be stopped. All of it. You need not to influence and or inspire our children to be like you any longer. You don't deserve to use pride for anything. You don't. Moving forward, though. So, this is the ending wave, right? Or this is the ending point of the second Christ logic wave. The first one started when I started posting. Here we now going to explain why or how and why this point, or why this point has meaning. This video will have some meaning because of what I'm about to explain into it. So check it. Beams. Beams and moots. Splinters and planks. I'm going to just stick with splinters and planks. That's the one I memorized. Splinters and planks. So splinters and planks. You cannot remove splinters from someone else's eyes while you have planks in yours. Matthews chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. How can we get the planks out of our eyes to remove the splinters out of someone else's? And for the sake of this parable, I want to see the adults. Well, I don't want to see the adults. Right now, currently, the adults, globally, all of we, especially my fellow millennials, what I would give for y'all to see it more faster. Because we're going to be the ones to save the reality that we're in right now. We're going to be the ones to save it, especially when this truth lands here. So check it. All the adults on the planet right now have these non-physical proverbial planks in their eyes, blinding them from the abilities to see things clearly, which is in turn giving the enemy, who ensured the planks would be in your eyes in the first place, the inabilities to see things clearly. You follow what I'm saying? So, due to those planks within the eyes of our millennials today, we are unable to remove the splinters and or see enough with clarity to remove the splinters from our children's eyes. Because here's the ultimate reality here, or here's the natural reality here. I'm going to say that from now on. Here's the natural reality here. As our children are being poisoned, so are we. How do you think we do not have the knowledge necessary to stop our children from being subjugated to the madnesses of this world? How do you think we do not have the knowledge to just stop children from being kidnapped off the street? How do you think we do not have the knowledge to do these things? We recognize how wrong they are, but why are we not doing anything about them? We recognize how disgusting it is, how plagiarizing to our reality and our natural reality it is. Why don't we do anything to stop it, though? You want to know why? We were trained to desire not to stop it by the splinters that were placed into our eyes as children, that what you would consider evolved into planks as we grew throughout a world that kept on attacking us even after it put the splinters in our eyes. you see. So in other words, the world turned the splinters or the mutes into beams. The world turned the splinters into planks. The world turns our splinters, because as soon as we are born into this world, splinters into your eyes immediately. The baby formula is poisonous. As soon as you're born, all the drugs that they put into you, poison. Then they chop you off if you're a man. They cut your dick off if you're a man and say it's for a religious practice or some kind of medical practice. Your life, this magnificent essence of energy that you are only going to receive once. Why do I say you are only going to receive once? Because your level of thinking and or your construction of beliefs, meaning what you personally in your conscious mind went through, is only going to be in these sequence of patterns once. This, however, is not. This will repeat over and over and over and over and over again. This won't. What you went through this time in this lifespan, you'll never go through it again. Notice, maybe I said that. I didn't say that wrong. Notice this for a moment. Everything that you do is the first time you've ever done it. You follow what I'm saying? Everything that you do is the first time you personally, meaning with this conscious mind, has ever done it. With the subconscious mind, you've done it many times. But with the conscience, first. This is the first time you had this set of conscience. This is the first time you have been in this state of mind right here. First time. Now, your subconscious mind has experienced this for 72 trillion years strong. Same thing. This energy that we're up against has been attacking it since the beginning of it. Take that how you want it. So now we are in a position where the 72 trillion year old positive energy has a chance to subjugate the 4.5 billion year old electron vessel, because it gave us, according to what I've studied 6 million years ago, the power of this magnificent mind to do so. The power of the sun. For remember, this enemy that we are up against only gets its way throughout the world by way of influence, by way of entrenchment, by way of indoctrination, by way of kicking you and beating you and telling you it's fair. You follow what I'm saying? So just imagine if our minds became so powerful, unpenetrable, cannot sink your claws and your devilish fangs and your devilish words into them, what would happen? We would not participate in chaos any further. Period. This is really simple, my family. It's really simple. It's just choose natural moral standards versus artificial moral standards. Why do I call them natural moral standards? Because when the soul, when the universal soul planted itself or planted a creation that it desired to be in reality within the image and likeness of itself into the ground, germination, fully melanated man, giant one at that. Since then, the same entity that's been around for 4.5 billion years began to attack it. The entity in the Bible we consider that we call God. It'll be a while before you buy the story. It'll be a while before you even watch the video, most likely. Doesn't matter. Just gonna do my best. Just say it. Post it online. You need to hear these words. Your natural moral standards came from the soul that created you. Your natural moral standards came from the universal soul that created you. Your natural moral standards came from the universal spirit of life that created you. Everything that you have been taught by this world. Go check out Brother 19 Keys. He just made a video recently. I just saw it. He just posted not too long ago. Man, I watched the whole thing. Good advice. Good talk, brother. Good talk. How to bring, I believe it was how to bring order to your life or controls, or when you look on the caption, it'll just simply say how to unscrew your life up. I don't like to use profanity too often or too much because I don't need to. I don't need to use profanity. Remember, all things aggressive and violent came from the enemy. All of it did. We have the ability to tap into it. We have the ability to do it, of course, but as far as it being just overcharged and pushed overboard, those ideas came from the enemy. And that is what we need to get out of us by way of the negative spirit Exodus blueprint. How to unscrew your life up. Go check that video out by 19 Keys. He speaks he speaks pretty strongly about education in that video. And how he talks about how the educational system is designed to keep you a part of the system. The artificial system, not the natural system. I'm talking about a natural system here. Natural, moral, principle, standards. This world gives you an artificial moral, principle, standard coding. The soul, when it created its kind, its people, its disposition, qualities, peace, love, unity, and advancement, abilities, all things good, beautiful, normal, and natural, and the achievements, give life with the ability to live them, with the ability to live them accurately. Qualities, peace, respect, balance, and progression. Abilities, peace, love, and righteousness. Calmness, serenity, love, and righteousness. Achievements, protects life with the ability to live them accurately. What am I saying here with those words? What am I saying here with those two settings of natural, moral, characteristical standings? We have the capabilities of doing all 6 of those in one. Natural moral standards. Here are your natural moral standards real quick. Once again, it's almost like you have 2 settings of them, huh? One from the Father and one from the one from the Father, one from the Son, or however you'd like to see it. Because the Son is, I consider it in the mind, and the Father is in the heart. That's how I consider it. The Son is in the mind and the Father is in the heart. Your natural moral standards. You do got 2 groups of them, or 2 ways to label and describe it. The 2 finite ways to label and describe it. How about that? Because let's not forget, all this stuff that I'm talking of was erased from our memories, because we used to just live like this. I didn't have to do all this extra explaining and all this extra talking and reading from the Bible and whatnot to explain this. No, we just knew, we just had this way. We were just this way at first. You follow me? But like I said, all throughout the history, that demon has been attacking us every single day due to King Yeshua and all the vessels he was incarnate in, or due to King Yahushai and all the vessels that his energy was incarnate in. We had protection, we had help all throughout every single step of this history here that we've had. Remember, this is a war. The positive energy is not about to just roll over and take this. He gave us the sun so we can have something to fight back with. How do we even have our reality in the first place? Just in case you all think this is just one big worthless like yeehaw or speedhaw, whatever it may have you. Because the negative energy attacks the positive energy. The positive energy took what the negative energy meant for evil and turned it for good. Our cosmos, BKA heaven and earth. We are finishing what the positive energy finally started to fight back and do. We are in a sense, this is the divine plan. Finishing the energy war or finishing the spiritual war so that in our physical, we live in peace, love, unity, and advancement forever. That's the plan. Don't think of this as all as worthless. Don't think of this all as useless. Don't think of it in this regard. Don't think of it like that anymore. Don't think of it as a waste of time anymore. Be proud of life, not resentful of it like the negative energy is, like the negative energy devil is. Be proud of life. Protect life as the balance energy would. And give life and the abilities to live them accurately as the positive energy would. Take these words now. I'm going to close off this video with those 12 lines real quick. So peace, love, unity, and advancement. Global child manumission. But you cannot remove splinters from our children's eyes to set them free while you have planks and or beams in yours blocking your clarity to do so. Why do our children have splinters in their eyes in the first place is another way to get rid of, is another way to start gaining some clarity. Why do you have planks in your eyes in the first place? What is causing all of the splinters and planks, non-physically, to clog up and block our images from seeing straight? What is it? Who is it? Know these answers. The authority attached to chaos. Global child manumission. Soul pride. Soul pride is how we purge the negative planks out of our eyes. And once we remove the planks that only became planks because this devil, evil force that is controlling these genetically modified people, I will never leave you out when it comes to this talk right here. Ever. It is your fault. And you know it is. Stop allowing it to be your fault. You won't. We know. But I'm just going to say it anyways. Maybe it'll give my people some time along, mixed in with these words, to gather the strength they need to finally stop you themselves. Because you're not going to stop. And we know this. You're never going to stop. We know this. But why are we not stopping you? Because you are doing things to us to ensure we can't. You are the only thing attacking us, recessive genoclass people. You're the only thing in the world attacking us because there is a demon telling you to. Can't live in peace around you for nothing. No matter how much we pray to. You won't allow it. And now you got our women acting just like you. You won't allow peace around you. You won't allow peace, recessive genoclass people. Here's the 12 lines again. Maybe this spiritual avatar of mine's can get in there and finally just do his job. Shine the sun. Resurrect the family. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. Global child manumission. Soul pride. Spiritual awareness. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Soul principles equals soul liberation. Soul principles equals self-liberation. God will have his world, God will have his people, move in God's speed forever. Soul speed, one belief and one foundation. As both heaven and earth, the 9 ether, chakra beings, and the children of the first sun soul will take it all back. Make the Ajna your king, and let the soul tribe rule this world as it was destined to do so. Through you, through we, through soul manatee, not a hue. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. This is not a victim mentality. I'm just aware of what struck me, aware of what's stricken we, and aware of what will not stop striking us at all. Which is why it ain't about a competition with me. It's only about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped, the strikes. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to do or say something that will defend and protect you from the strikers. Therefore, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbor as you defend yourself, at least those who are worthy. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.